Francesca.
And I'm Lisa.
Hello.
Hello. And we like to talk it out. We talk it out all the time.
Oh my God, we really talk it out a lot.
I don't know what to do with ourselves anymore.
Oh my God, you really talk it out.
Yeah, we
really
do. We really do.
Yeah. And we talk it out so much.
Yeah, even when we are not shooting the podcast, we talk it out a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
Even when it's a phone call.
Yeah,
We're just talking it out.
it's true. Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
Minimum 1 hour.
Yeah. We do damage on
Can
the
I
phone.
call you 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And then
We do damage.
Yeah,
Texting, calls.
we love talking it out.
That's why it's called Talk It Out.
That's why you get along so well on the podcast.
Yay!
Because you girls are just so much fun.
Yes, we are.
But before we get into the presentation of this amazing guest that we have here tonight.
I'm excited, by the way. Just
Yeah,
letting
me
you know I'm
too.
excited.
Guys, this is an incredible one.
Uh-huh.
We need to thank
Me.
our sponsor beside
sorry.
you. Our sponsors.
That's right, because without our sponsors, it wouldn't be possible. We'd be sad because we don't have our sponsors,
Yes.
but we're happy because we have our sponsors.
We can say we love the money. I mean, it's not a, we don't, I
No,
don't need to
thanks,
beat her on
Danny.
the butt. I
We're
love
trying
it.
to create a rapport and be compassionate.
Exactly.
Danny
Okay,
just goes
okay.
right
We really
into
don't
this.
want to say that,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, whatever.
All right. Just keeping it real, man.
That's right. So now that the camera's on where it's supposed to be.
Now the camera's not on me. I don't want to
That's
show
what
my
I'm saying,
face.
so-
Fuck no.
No, so guys, we would like to thank a new sponsor this week. We have a new sponsor.
Thank you, new
it's a
sponsor.
Yes, and it's a sponsor which I had the pleasure to work with real estate transactions. We're going to make that correction from a previous podcast. So, very methodical, very analytical. He gets the job done. He's very aware and he's very reachable as well. So, sometimes those brokers aren't reachable. Not this one. He's reachable all the time.
Who's this amazing guy?
This amazing guy is from Sutton Excellence,
Oh,
Monsieur
great,
Serge
great.
Carouglian. So, Serge, thanks so much for the sponsorship. We really, really appreciate it. In order to reach Serge, it's 514-892-5649, SKEUROGHLIAN at sutton.com in Laval. That's where the office is, number 100 on L'Avenir 1555. Thanks so much for being so supportive, and we love all our sponsors. So thanks so much for all the love.
Thank you. We
you,
love
thank
you.
Yay.
And now, without further ado, you are going to introduce
Yes.
our wonderful guests. Now,
I
I'm
love
very
doing that.
excited because I had the pleasure to work with these two fine people.
Stop.
Fine.
But I mean, it was a while ago, but
Yeah.
it was never forgotten. You guys really left a mark, and you guys are really awesome, and I'm really happy that you're here. And we're able to sort of share with everybody your awesomeness and what you're up to now.
Awesomeness. That's
I'll take
Everything
it.
is-
I'll
yeah, I'll
take
take
it.
it.
So I would like to give you guys the names of these awesome people. So
Yeah.
we have Joe Rossi and Anita Maiezza. Thank you so
Thanks
much,
for coming, guys.
And let's
Thank
say
you.
what
Happy
they
to be here.
do. Let's say why they're awesome. I mean, besides being awesome people.
Well, I mean, they work in an amazing field, which is the field of cinema. We
Yes.
all love that. And they're co-founder of Little Brown Dog Productions. I love this name.
I
so
love
this
it
is
too.
gonna be one of my questions
Okay.
after. Because I guess it's so cute and nice and it's great. And I heard that you guys are working great together because I was listening
Yes.
to the chit-chatting.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us a bit more, like, how would you describe yourself? I mean, you work in cinema, you are a director, you are a producer, but also I'm pretty sure you are many other things. So, can you just give us, well, we know you, but give our followers and listeners a little bit about yourself, a background about yourself?
You want to start at the beginning or?
Well, tell us what you do now, and then we
Yeah.
rebuild from the beginning.
Well, I've always loved I've always loved movies. When I was very, very young, my parents were co-owners of a video store for a couple of years. But I was very young at the time, but it left an impression. And being an only child, I guess I think television movies were my comfort. And I just got into it like that. It wasn't anything dramatic or anything, but I just enjoyed it. And then I started buying books on how movies are made, and I just fell into it. You know, I was playing with my toys and trying to set up scenes with those big video cameras with the VHS cassettes.
That's really
I
cool.
used to
by
try
the way.
to, make scenes and stuff like that. Playing with perspective, and it just ballooned into something I just like doing.
You mean you learned from a book?
I learned a lot. I was a voracious reader about that. I used to buy books on making of movies quite often.
Wow.
Well, I saw it when Jurassic Park came out in '93.
Yeah.
My mom for Christmas got me the making of book. And
Oh,
that's
nice.
basically how I learned what positions certain crew members were on the film. What the editor does, the sound designer does, the production designer does. So that's how I learned. And then every time I bought a book on film or watch a documentary, I would, that's an editor. That's what these people do, and that's how I got my knowledge of how movies were made.
Really?
Oh, that's
Nice.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And,
And-
yeah, go on.
I want to ask Anita, and then we get back. So,
Yeah.
so at least
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to so we have an idea of both, and then we.
Yeah, well, I grew up with two passions in life, like two things I really, really love that accompanied me basically throughout my childhood and into my adulthood as well. One is music. My entire childhood had a soundtrack. Like
Love it.
when I was 6 years old, the first cassette I ever got myself was Led Zeppelin 2. I have two older sisters, and they love listening to rock music, and so that was my thing. And so my friends were listening to like Disney cassettes and whatever. And
You were
And you're
like-
rocking John Bonham.
and I'm like, we need to put on Whole Lot of Love. It's so good. But that was like the start of a whole love of music. And then, that also turned into like a love of film. I studied film at Concordia. I actually studied communication studies with a concentration in film. Graduated from that. Jumped back into music.
Oh, nice.
And I basically made a career working in the music industry as like a grants manager for Canadian artists.
I knew you now.
Sorry, a bit late on that one.
Yeah, and making movies with Joe is just like a passion that I have like on the side that we are constantly working on to like
Yeah.
try to take off.
Wow.
Nice.
You
Yeah.
should know
That's
that
really
we've known
nice.
each other since high school, actually.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 2 years apart.
2 years apart.
Yeah, and she went to high school with my cousin, and a couple years later, I was making a film. It was Commitments we worked on, right? The first one.
It was Commitments, and we were at your cousin's birthday party, and you were telling me like, oh, if you work in film or if you study
Yeah.
film, like I need somebody to work with me, and tongue in cheek, elbow,
Yeah.
like, I'm only gonna work with you if you like give me like a good role, if you like.
Script supervisor. She was a script supervisor at the time. Was that it?
No, you made me assistant director
Yeah,
and
yeah,
script
yeah.
supervisor,
And both, yeah.
and so and that's how it started.
And we just continued working together.
Yeah.
And when was
That was 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a feature film. That was a 70-minute movie. We just made off the cuff. That was just I wrote a script. Me and my friend.
70?
70. It was a feature film.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was a long movie.
It was
We
a
shot
long
we
movie.
shot for the entire month of August, and it came out pretty good for what it was. I mean, we just made it with no money off every weekend for the month of August, and it was fun.
You talk about writing a script like I
He's
painted
very
I
good.
painted the deck this weekend.
Basically,
I
yeah.
just wrote a script and okay.
I
all
enjoy
right.
it. I really enjoy writing. I think that's my favorite. That's my favorite process.
Wow.
Trying to crack that, and
Amazing.
then the production of it is actually kind of methodical.
Yeah.
And then the editing is where it comes. You actually see what you wrote, and it comes to life. And then you either freak out and like, oh my god, it's not what I thought it was, and then you have to really chop it up. Or sometimes it works, and I'm like, it's almost exactly the way I thought it. Actually, that never happens. That never happens. You always end up cutting more than you think. You know?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to take away from all the like hard work and effort and research and like passion that he like had for this craft as a child that nurtured what he is doing now, but generally Joe is a natural storyteller. Like
Yeah.
it amazes me the way he just like whips up a script or like comes up with a story. We'll have
Sorry, I'm
True,
laughing.
it's so
I'm
true.
laughing.
he is the creative heart of Little Brown Dog.
Well,
he'll come
thank
forward with a
you.
script and then like we'll work it. We'll like
Then
workshop
she'll
it
say
together.
no, we can't do
I'll be like,
that.
"It
We can't do
stinks."
that. That's too expensive. We can't do that. No, but I'll come up with a concept. I'll come up with an idea. I'll write as much as I can down. I'll show it to her, and then we kind of workshop it together into something manageable. Like this, I can't write a UFO invasion because we don't have the
I would love to see that
Yeah,
actually.
we have the budget for that, but we can.
Yet.
You know, we'll try to streamline
the
it.
yet.
You know, the yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when was it founded, actually, Little Brown Dog Production? Because you started working in 2006, but the company itself, when did you guys like put it together? And the origin of the name.
Yeah.
That I really want to
that one
know.
you can say.
So the I think like Little Brown Dog kind of like we came up with the idea I think about a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so quite recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, beforehand we were working with another collective with a couple of other associates, Lonely Path Films.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, life circumstances change, things get complicated. Not everybody can commit to the same things at the same times.
Yes.
Priorities shift, whatever. And so that kind of like fizzled out a little bit. And you know, Joe and I were still kind of at the point where we wanted to continue working and our schedules and priorities aligned. And so we're like, okay, let's do this. And one day Joe's just like, hey. And he put it on the rough cut of a movie we were doing. He's like, how about this Little Brown
Brown
Dog
Dog.
production? And I'm like,
Wow.
vendu.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's really nice.
the origin of Little Brown Dog actually is my own dog, Milo.
Oh.
Yeah, he is indeed a little brown
Little
dog.
brown dog.
And that's actually his Instagram handle. He's Little Brown Dog.
I'm gonna follow him.
And we are Little Brown Dog Productions on
That is so cool.
Yeah.
on
That's
Instagram.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
really
that is
nice.
adorable.
And he was the star of, well, he was the animal star
Yeah.
of one of the movies we worked on just before starting Little Brown Dog Productions.
Yeah.
So he's an actor
Yeah,
dog.
he's an actor pooch.
He's a
He's a
stunt dog,
mascot.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a mascot.
He's not actor, but you know, we snuck him in. He didn't have a speaking role, so he was okay, you know.
Yeah, we couldn't get the dog from Frasier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too
He's dead.
expensive. Yeah.
But yeah, he was that last movie that he was in was about this woman who was like a perfectionist, and she wanted to put a dinner party together for like her friends and neighbors, and she just wanted to sort of like, you know, impress everybody. And she has this little brown dog who's like watching her make this like batch of gnocchi from scratch, and he's like completely enthralled
Yeah.
with like the whole process. And then as she's getting ready to host people,
The dog ruins it. And
the dog
eats
ruins
pasta.
the dinner right before the guests are to arrive, and throws the lady into a panic, and then you know it kind of takes off from there. But yeah, that's Little
That's
Brown
nice.
Dog. He got
I love the
yeah.
backstory on that.
Can I ask a quick question? This is for the people that have never that don't know behind the scenes, i.e., myself. Can you explain your roles in I guess the company, and at the same time explain what the hell's the difference between a director or a producer? I know what an audio guy does, but other than that, like a producer, director, to me, it's all the guy who does the movie, right? What are the different roles that they have to fulfill? I know there's a casting director. Would that
Yeah.
be part of the director's job?
Well, we had
Like-
we had a casting director. Well, we worked with Joe Rossi from the Montreal School of Performing Arts,
Okay.
and she found us for our latest film that we just finished, Epilogue, that's gonna come out next year. She helped us find a great young actress named Bianca De Luca from Laval.
Oh, Bianca.
Everybody knows
Everyone knows Bianca. And
Yes.
she gave us her headshot. We saw a demo reel. And I'm like, oh, let's cast her.
Yeah.
And
Very good friends of
Yeah,
ours.
she was excellent. So we're very happy to
She's
have
a
her.
singer as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
that's when we first saw her on
Yeah.
on her website.
Yeah.
And we cast her because of Joe Zamal, who from again MSOPA, who has a great eye for talent. So that would be the casting director side. For myself, being the writer director, I'm not saying it's set in stone of what I should be doing or what I'm supposed to do. Basically, I'm supposed to put the words to screen. Basically, the written word to visuals.
Okay.
You know, I'm supposed to show you what is in my head.
So that's what a director theoretically.
Theoretically does. Now, what she does is that she takes what's on the page and allows me to make it happen. You know, she'll find, the cinematographer. She'll find a location. She'll help secure the location. She'll, set up the call sheets of what to do for that specific day. So without the producer, I'm just,
Lost.
I'm
yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
She you know what? She develops the structure of the shoot.
Okay, so then the camera work. So like when you see these crazy shots, it's let's say the director's vision. What I imagine is
I
that- is
worked. Yeah, but I worked with the camera. Well, I was saying usually I was the cameraman and the cinematographer for a lot of my films since I studied that too at film school.
Okay.
But like recently, we worked with a great cameraman, Ben View,
Yep.
that Anita knows from her circle of friends, and it was enlightening to have a man of that talent bring his talent, bring his knowledge of the art of cinematography with it just enlightened me to different forms of lighting, different ways to light, so to achieve a different look than what I'm usually used to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can light a scene, but not as good as this guy.
So who comes up with those crazy shots? Like, you know, when you're like, is it on the spot? Is it thought of before? Like,
Depends how difficult it is.
you know, I think of something like Breaking Bad, and there's some crazy shots there that are like, wow, that's, you know, when the guy goes, he's looking in the toilet bowl, and the, you know, the shot is from inside the toilet
Yeah.
bowl and stuff like that. Like,
Well, that's
whose
usually
role
planned
is
in
that?
advance. You don't just
Yeah.
because you have to.
You don't
But
throw
who
the-
comes up with
the
that? Like,
camera
is
in
it
there.
director? Is it
Yeah,
the camera
usually
guy?
it'll be the director, and sometimes I'll take like for me instance, I'll take advice from Anita from I think we should do this as a shot. I'll take advice from Phil,
Yeah.
our sound man,
Yeah.
who's a director who's a great director in his own right. He'll give advice. Should we do this or can we do this? Would that be good if we do it this way? And I'll take his advice.
Yeah.
My friend David Magini or Auntie Calabrese, they know film just as good as me. So if they come up with a shot that's interesting, we'll do what they come up with, and if
Yeah.
it works, we keep it in the film.
And then you'll do your shot to make sure you have the backup.
No, actually, no. Sometimes, most of the time, I trust their judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a very good sense of how to do it.
The fun thing about just
No,
one
go on,
quick
go on,
thing
go on.
to wrap that up. The fun thing about working with us typically is that we're we are very collaborative, not only with each other but with the people that we take into our team. We're very collaborative. We're very open to each other's input and feedback and feed forward. And so in that sense, we really sort of once we put our heads together, we are like one big giant brain that
I love that.
is hopefully unstoppable.
It's a machine. So, in terms of your collaboration, to your point, which I was going to go into, on a professional or on a business rather level, and on a personal, interpersonal level, what is it that makes this work?
Well, we trust each other. We know how each other work. We know our style of working. How do I put it? We don't overshoot the moon. We don't. We want the moon, but we're not gonna jump over the moon to get what we want. We'll always go. But we always talk it out. Well, talk it out.
Talk it out. See?
We'll always talk it out first
Plug.
before
Trademark.
before we attack something.
Yeah.
So basically, we have trust between us.
And I love asking this question, but what was the aspect the most challenging that you have found throughout like this collaboration, but also like professionally speaking? What was the biggest challenge up until now?
Other than funding, because that's pretty much
Yes.
That's the biggest challenge.
absolutely.
That
So funding first.
Yeah, sure,
Now we
that
can
I-
get past that, but I think the other big challenge is really, you try to prepare as much as you could for the day of your shoot, especially in the days just prior to it. You're constantly going through your lists, making sure that your actors, that your talent has everything they need, that your crew has everything that they need. That your locations, your sets are properly equipped and dressed and all that stuff, your makeup, your wardrobe. But there's always something.
goes bad.
I know.
There's always a curveball,
Reminds
like-
me.
It reminds me of
And
stuff, yeah.
We made a film, Fathers and Their Daughters. Remember?
Yeah. Oh,
we
yes.
drove up. We drove
drove
up
up
to a
north.
cabin. Remember that day? to a secluded cabin in the middle of the woods at a scout camp on a lake.
Yes.
We were told there would be nobody there. We show up and there's about 400 kids for a day camp on the day we're supposed to shoot this intimate family drama
With Milva.
with Milva Franzini
Yeah.
in a cottage. So
That was hilarious.
So again, everything that can go wrong,
Yeah.
and you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You just have to be, prepared to
Be calm
Adjust.
somehow.
Adjust.
to
Yeah.
adjust to
Yeah.
the circumstances around you. Last year, we rented a location and we had it for 4 hours because they were opening for business shortly after.
Yeah.
And our talent, who was, we were in a Huntsic So one side of the city, and he was coming from Old
Old
Montreal,
Montreal.
the other side of the city, and it happened to be the day of the marathon,
Oh, yeah.
which is not a thing that we had taken into
Oh, my
account,
God.
and so he was delayed like an hour and a half to make it to the shoot. And so we basically lost an hour and a half of our
Yeah.
production time, and so you always just have to
So
kind
basically,
of like
basically
adjust.
we got the coverage of the actress. This was for Bitter Son, Tina
Yeah.
Mancini. We got the coverage of her, and then when Nir Gazinski came, we.
Near.
Here! He was here too.
Oh my God! There you go.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep name dropping
Exactly.
and see
Love
which
it.
one gets
I
a
love it.
reaction.
Yeah.
This is like a family, man.
know.
You know everybody.
But you know what the ironic part is we got into so much problems with that Montreal Marathon with Bitter Son. We shot our film epilogue. We had
That
the
was the
the
same?
same bloody weekend.
No.
We forgot it was
same-
a marathon.
the
The same
same-
bloody marathon.
The same weekend, and this time I knew, and I reached out to everyone, and I'm like, guys, here's the route, here's
Stay
the
away
schedule,
from this.
you know,
Yeah.
plan accordingly.
Yeah.
And so the next morning, I had to drive my dogs to our dog walker, who was gonna board them for the day, and he's a 10-minute drive away from my house, and one of the streets happened to be the marathon street, and so I
No.
spent the whole week warning people, and then didn't take into account my own, you know, commute to drive the dogs,
So
and
that
so I
10-minute
got
drive was about an hour and a half.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we started preparing without her.
yeah.
And our makeup person came from Brossard.
Oh my God.
So she got caught into our one of our actresses, Michaela De Cesare. She was she lives in the.
We don't know
What?
Michaela. Ah,
Oh,
that's a
you
new
should.
one.
She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
should,
she-
you
checking.
should.
She lives in the plateau, and her too. Trying to get there, trying to avoid every street blockage was a nightmare. But we
my
did it. We got everything done in the time we need to get everything done in.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Are
great.
these the crazy story things that happen?
Yeah, the
or
crazy
you
stuff
have,
on set.
That-
Yeah.
Or you have
on
something
set,
else to
actually on
tell
set
us?
was very much,
Yeah.
went very smoothly.
There was a time we had to cancel a shoot the morning of because there was the construction going on.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
we were
yeah.
we were shooting like an outdoor scene, and all you heard was like,
That's crazy. That here is really like very
It's a
difficult
disaster
to
here.
forecast. Like travaux dans no in
Yeah,
the,
just expect that it's gonna happen.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Every time, everywhere.
Yeah.
You never know. It's just like a roulette.
Well, we
So-
used to film Sundays, the soccer games.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
we used to go the morning.
The
it was
plane.
nothing. The planes every 10 minutes.
Yeah, the plane. Yeah, planes. Planes are a lot of our films. Are
Yeah.
Oh, my
The dance
God.
schools. Remember
Oh,
the dance
the
school?
dance school.
But
Oh
in
my
terms of
God.
anything dramatically that everything went bad, knock on wood if ever happens. But I can't. No, we lost a makeup person last minute. Okay, that's bad. We
Yeah.
dealt with it. An actress never showed
oh,
up.
we had the actress that never showed up. That
actress
was
never
great.
showed
That
up.
is, oh, those are the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was our
Never showed
commitment.
up.
I know that one. Yeah.
She was. Yeah, she had 3 scenes in the film. She shot 2 scenes, but her introduction.
worse.
The last thing we had to shoot with her was her introduction.
No.
So she didn't show up for that one. So I'm like, so how do we write her out of this? And since we already filmed her other 2 scenes that come later in the film, but her introductory scene, well,
Yeah.
we didn't have her, so we had to creatively figure something out. But we did it.
Oh,
so,
really?
So it was nothing we can't handle.
Now, how is it that you guys come up with a script? How do you come up? Because you were mentioning that Joe comes up with these phenomenal.
By the sound of it, Joe goes to the bathroom and something walks out with a new story. Right?
Ding, 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 ding.
No, listen, I try to. Listen, they're not so. You know,
You can't say award winning because we have the proof.
I'm not saying that, but no, it just comes naturally to me. I think I walked in this studio here. I'm like, I can put a scene of a movie in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
M.
You know? Yeah, it comes naturally.
It would probably be a thriller. I would do a thriller in
Well,
here personally. Like have the mannequins come to
Listen,
life. Sorry,
I,
I'm just.
I have a lot. I have a lot.
You'll get a writer's credit.
Yeah, I usually write a lot of ideas down and I'll put it away, and then I'll come back to it about a couple months later, a year later, and I'll add to it, and just put it away again. I'll add to it, until something sticks. I have so many false starts. It's unbelievable. I'm like, I'll start writing, get to like page 25, and I'm like, nah, sucks. Start again. Start again.
And where do you find the patience as a writer? I'm saying because I mean we've seen scripts,
I have.
right? And they're just
I think if I have patience, it's for that. I've always been. I think I always enjoyed writing ever since I was a kid. I've always written my own stories. I drew comic books a lot as a kid. So
you have-
I was very. I can construct a story.
And do you have any specific source of inspiration? So something that you rely on when you write, something that usually helps out writing, or
I don't think I think my upbringing,
books,
my,
you know, like,
my
you know.
upbringing
Okay.
gives me a lot of inspiration. I mean, I think
That's great.
I had a very idyllic childhood. I enjoyed my childhood a lot. I was an only child, though, of divorced parents, but I had a very tight-knit family, a very traditional Italian family, and I get a lot of my inspiration from that. Like, I'll think about stuff that happened, and I'll take from that, or one of my themes that I usually use a lot, and I think I overuse it, is that theme of, you know what, you strive to get, like a lot of older Italian the older generation had dreams in their lives, but they ended up working as a, you know, mechanic or bricklayer or something like that, because who does art, you know, who's a writer, who will become a writer in a traditional Italian family? It doesn't pay the bills. So
Yeah.
you're gonna
para l'arte mettila da parte.
Yeah.
basically, yes, you're gonna take the job that actually, you know, will provide.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was interesting, and I would always use that as an inspiration. I'm like, what if, you know, I know my mom wanted to be a nurse, but she ended up working in human resources. My dad wanted to be an architect or an English teacher, ended up working at the airport. So I think the inspiration was, you know, what if? You know what if a lot of my characters are people that strive to be something in an artist profession. I write about writers and painters and filmmakers because, you know, it's what I want to be. It's what I am. But there there's a point where when you're a young person, you think you're gonna make your first film. Oh, Hollywood's gonna take me instantaneously.
Yeah.
Trust me, it
Very
doesn't happen
hard.
that way.
Yeah,
you
very
know?
hard.
But you know, it's that's how I get a lot of my inspiration.
Nice.
The brevity.
And
Go on.
Anita, for you, what's as a woman in this field, do you ever had some problems? Not, of course, in your team, but maybe outside, like when you're casting or when you're like outsourcing venues, like, you know, as a woman in this in the field. Do you feel there's I mean, it's a topic,
challenge, basically.
Yeah, it's a topic that's been addressed a lot, but maybe you have your personal take on this, or
I don't doubt the existence of that at all. But in my experience, where I've worked almost exclusively with Joey, only because we are such a good team together, you know, like misogyny, sexism,
yeah,
you know, preferential treatment or whatever is not something that I've ever experienced working
Okay.
with Joey. Even when we were in the Lonely Path Films partnership, working with David Magini
Yeah.
and Anthony Calabrese, I was the, you know, only woman in the group, and I never felt that my opinion mattered less, or, you know, that what I did was had any less value than what everybody else was doing. You know, in that sense, you know, I think of myself as, you know, like progressive in my way of life a little bit, and I'm pretty lucky that the people that I work with are also equally progressive and, you know, respectful not only of the talents and skills that I bring to the team, but also of who I am as a person. Yeah.
Well
There's-
said.
You know,
Well said.
not
Well
only
said,
are we teammates, but, you know, there's like a solid friendship that, you know, keeps that standing as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Is there any moment in time that you felt, you know, that itch to write a story or create a story alongside with Joe in a
Actually,
club?
our film, the film about the dog eating the pasta, which is called Fuck, by the way.
oh, there it is.
Yeah, I said it. Since we can swear on this podcast.
Yes, you
let's
can.
say it.
It was actually her idea. You came up with the idea for that. She wanted the story about a perfectionist who creates something that totally just goes off the rails. And I'm like, she came up with the concept. She came up with the idea. I just put pen to paper. I showed it to her. She says, "That's exactly what we're gonna do," and we did it.
That's nice.
That's fantastic. And in terms of the projects that you've worked on, I know quite a few of them have received notoriety. They've received film accolades. They've received awards. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, for us, it's like, for me,
They're on to.
The cops are here.
They're on to
Yeah, I
us.
hear that.
Quick!
Like, we try to make something like uber
Okay.
dramatic and uber emotional, but our most popular film that done the best, you know, at festivals both here, the States, Europe, is the dog film about eating pasta.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
think that
Can't go wrong with spaghetti.
I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. We make films that we think, oh, this is the one that's
Well
gonna
said.
break. This is the one that's gonna do it. This is the one that's gonna make it. and it ends up doing nothing. No one, it's like crickets in the audience. But you make a film that you think, is it good? Is it good? Did we do something good? Did we hit it out of the park? And you're a bit, you're not sure yourself, and all of a sudden that's the one that everyone seems to gravitate to.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Yeah.
Generally, because sometimes it's the natural, I think the natural aspect that comes out of you without overthinking. So you think it's not the one that's going to hit because you overthought the other one. The other one doesn't do as well because maybe you overthought it, and it's the same in music, right?
That's to me that's the death of art. Is when you overthink it, you kind of get jaded.
Yeah.
And you can't get full of yourself. And I'm like, we made this little film about a dog eating pasta. As a let's do something whimsical. Let's do something funny.
Yeah.
Those
are the best. Those are the ones.
That's the one that clicks. And then Bitter Sun. Bitter Sun is. We didn't try to make the deepest film in the world. We want to make an enjoyable little smart comedy, and it seems to work. People seem to really like it.
Well, you just recently won.
They won a couple of awards, yes. Recently, the festival in California,
nice.
Best Film. We were at the Danny Malin's Yes, Let's Make a Movie Film Festival, which our two actors, Nira and Tina, won Best Acting Duo.
I heard Nira won.
So we're happy about that, and very fortunate that that our films are playing around the world and people are liking them, and it's actually getting some accolades. So we're very grateful.
Is there a genre that you haven't touched yet that you would like to touch?
I can answer one.
No, fuck was done.
Well, listen, for funding, I'm pretty sure we can get money. I'll be honest. For me, it's a musical.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite movie genre. Yeah.
Okay, if you want to cast me, it's done. I'm in.
Well, that's my favorite. If I had to do something, I would love to do a musical. That would be my like Nirvana, be my dream to do a musical.
Would you be writing the lyrics?
No, God, no.
Although we didn't discuss in seriousness making a musical.
Yeah.
But I've told Joe one day we should make a musical.
I think
you need a budget to make a musical.
Yeah.
You need
a big budget.
Yeah. You need a not $0 budget to make a musical.
And I think that's why I want to make a musical, because it is hard.
Yeah.
Comedy we can do, and comedy is so subjective. People laugh, people don't. We don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah.
What we think is funny, the audience might not think it's funny. I just want to make a musical because it's just the difficult nature of doing it. It's like the most difficult genre to master, to do it right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I could imagine.
And it's a genre that I loved ever since I was a kid. So.
And as a producer,
what?
Some people make fun of other people because other people like.
Actually, it's my dad that hooked me on musical.
Do you like Did you like the recent musical like La La Land, or do you like the older?
I like
musical?
both. I like both. My dad used to listen. My dad was a big fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber, and he had a lot of the records. He used to listen to Jesus Christ Superstar, Phantom of the Opera, and that's how I started enjoying stage musicals.
Yeah.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber is not my favorite at all.
No?
I think some of it he has a lot of hit and miss.
Rodgers and Hammerstein?
Yeah, big,
Nah.
not the greatest. But the concept, the idea of the musical was always like really interesting to me, because my favorite musical of all time is Little Shop of Horrors. By
I
Frank Oz.
love it.
Same.
The older one, is it the
I-
1950 one?
No,
The
that's Roger
1980s.
Corman. That wasn't a musical.
Or the one with
1986.
Steve Martin? With Steve
With
Martin.
Steve Martin, Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
That to me is like perfection.
Yeah, that was funny.
I love that film, and God forbid the person has to remake that, because you can't beat that. That to me is fantastic. I love both versions of West Side Story. I love La La Land. I thought that was a really well done.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
I loved Moulin
Yeah.
Rouge.
It gives you a headache, but it's really good. Chicago, even the old stuff like I love Hello Dolly. I love Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's good.
I like Singing in the Rain. So there's all kinds of musicals, different styles of musicals, different varieties of musicals that I gravitate to, and I would love to do something like that.
Now, would it be a modernized musical, or would it be something closer to the Singing in the Rain, Guys and Dolls?
This is hypothetical, right?
Hypothetical,
Well,
but
no, we
this
want
like
something out in 6 months. Okay? This is the,
it would be a space horror.
Yeah.
really.
Musical.
You know what? I would love to make something like Cabaret.
Ooh,
That's all on stage.
Moulin Rouge type.
Yeah. Not the fantasy style musical, but something like in Cabaret, they're actually
Burlesque, like burlesque.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they're actually musical acts. No one breaks out into song like walking in the street. All the stuff is on stage in a nightclub, because I think that's a fantastic musical.
Yeah.
What's the one with Hugh Jackman? I really like
The
The
Great-
Greatest
The Great
Showman.
Showman.
The Greatest Showman,
Yeah,
yeah.
very
Yeah.
good. I don't know
like
if that has a singer though. How he is.
He's great as a singer.
He's
Hugh
great,
Jackman.
yeah, he did
He's
it.
trained as a singer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
hell
know
of a
that.
job.
He played Gaston in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know. Well, Les Miserables was pretty good too. The film version. I'm not sure about Russell Crowe as a
Like
singer.
you
but-
needed more.
That was
for,
the odd man out.
Yeah.
Russell
Russell
Crowe.
Crowe is a little bit off there on the keys.
I have a feeling like because Hugh Jackman is like the perfect man almost, or I would say he is the perfect man. Like looks, body, the guy can act, and now he can sing. Like there's about a
So
thousand
fun,
women
so-
Yeah.
googling, "Oh my God, musical! He can sing! Fuck!"
Yeah, musical Wolverine.
He's a music man and a dancer before it became a big
Even a
movie star.
dancer?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
so Channing Tatum was too when he was a dancer.
He did apparently the
But
show
I
about
don't
Peter
know.
Allen, the boy from Oz, about on Broadway.
yes.
He's fantastic. He's a song and dance man. He just did the Music Man on Broadway too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. See, now I'm inspired. I'm gonna go home and watch a musical.
Do you want to laugh? Right here, she's my guest coming up on the next podcast. She's a musical, a theater performer,
We're gonna work together.
and a producer as well for musicals and stuff.
There we
Here
go.
we network.
Isn't that funny? Noel, the gang from
Hi,
Little
Noel.
Dog
Hi.
A musical set in
I
space.
didn't want to break in, but
Yeah.
I was like, I'm loving musicals. Geeking out, standing here waiting patiently.
Yeah, but so in terms of genre, that's the genre I love to tackle if I had the budget, the time, and the
The
means.
location?
Well, you can do anywhere, I guess. But give me a good story. If I had a good story, and if I had the lyrics and the composition and the craftspeople in charge to make this thing happen, I would do it in a second.
And as a producer, I've already been shopping around people to write.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Nice.
Nice. So it's like in the works.
No, we're just planning.
Trust
trying
me,
to
you'll be
push
waiting
it.
a while for the musical. You know?
So,
No pressure. No pressure.
I'm curious. I'm copying kind of a question that Stefano usually does, which is my question.
Yes.
So, if you have, for example, the budget, what would be the perfect cast for this musical?
Without,
I mean, they
without
don't.
us three. In
Are they
Without, yeah.
dead or alive?
Even that,
Both.
yeah. Like if you have like 5 people, the main characters of this musical, unlimited budget, unlimited, I mean, whatever. There's
Location.
magic.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, sky's only the beginning.
Sky's only
Yeah.
the beginning. The universe is not even the
If
limit.
I had to pay cast members for a musical, trying to think.
Are we assuming that all the actors can sing?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
so I mean, you can go like we say we discovered that everyone
All right.
can sing.
Like not like Meryl Streep in Mamma Mia type thing, but like
Well,
people could-
she's a trained opera singer too. So
She was. She
Yeah.
didn't sound like it.
no, but she's a trained opera singer. Anne Hathaway too is a soprano.
So Anne Hathaway
And,
has a beautiful voice.
Amy Rossum from Shameless.
Yes, she was a
she's
Phantom of
she's
the
an
Opera.
opera singer too.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
she
what,
did Phantom.
what possessed? Which movie was it that they put someone who can't sing play?
Russell Crowe.
No, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is a rock singer. Thing is, I don't think
there's
the
a movie
style,
that-
his style fits that style.
Yeah.
Was it the Whitney Houston movie or there was
The
a movie-
Bodyguard.
No, that she sang. She
Nah,
sang.
well, I mean,
No, I think the movie.
I Want to Dance
about-
with Somebody.
Yeah.
The biography. I haven't seen
Apparently,
that.
they hired. No, they hired someone that doesn't actually sing the songs.
Well, they did that a lot in the '60s, especially like West Side Story by Natalie Wood. It was
Yeah.
Marnie Nixon that did the vocals. Because they did a version with Natalie Wood, and she says it's not
It's not
doesn't
happening.
work.
Yeah.
So
That's weird.
they recast the
so I
voice.
wanna hear
Yes,
this.
yes. What's this
this,
all-star
uh,
team?
Dream
this-
Team.
The Dream Team. Okay, dead James Cagney, because he was a song and dance man who
Nice.
could improvise a dance like that. Bette Midler,
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
good.
because she, no one seems to remember her. Like she can sing her ass off.
Yeah, she was good.
You know, like in the Rose.
Yes. Beautiful
Excellent.
song.
What else? Patrick Swayze.
Yes. I would definitely agree
Yeah,
with
me
that
too.
a million percent.
Listen,
As dancer,
Hugh
too.
Jackman, because my wife, like The Greatest Showman, my wife loves that
Yeah.
movie and loves the soundtrack, so Hugh Jackman will be in there.
Soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah. And because he can do many things, he's versatile. He can dance and
From
sing.
Wolverine.
He is
too.
a showman in
Yes,
real
he is a
life.
showman.
Any
Yeah.
actor, any role he
Yeah.
takes, you're just intrigued.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of a last one.
She's a Patrick Swayze song.
Yeah. Patrick Swayze.
Patrick
Patrick
Swayze.
Swayze.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
Patrick Swayze.
Okay,
Dancing too. Patrick
Let's say
Swayze, we put him in the
six,
dancing
because
school
Patrick
as well.
Swayze is on. You have another one.
Uh,
A bonus.
A bonus. You pick the bonus.
Vin Diesel.
Oh, God.
He's already booked for that other project.
Oh,
He's already
okay,
booked for the
that's
other
it.
project.
That's
Oh,
what happens.
I got it.
Yeah.
Go. You got. I'll keep mine to
Two
myself.
bonuses. Two
Go, go.
bonuses.
Bonuses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
One
go,
each.
go with yours.
Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
My problem with all of this, so this is the producer speaking now. My problem with all of this, getting this all-star team, is that everyone is going to be fighting for the top spot.
Yeah, they
So
will
I think the
start.
problem
give it
because
to
three of them are dead, so I
Also,
don't think that's a problem.
No,
I
but
don't
she's
think that's an
thinking
issue.
technically, like it's like you put an all-star band together. Hold on a second, it won't work.
Yeah, but I want to
Yeah,
hear
because
Anita's bonus.
you know what? My favorite musical is Moulin Rouge, and Nicole Kidman absolutely crushed it in
Yes.
that movie.
Yes,
so
yes,
I
yes.
would say Nicole Kidman.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
very
good.
good. She
Yeah,
was
she
very
was
good.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ask her husband to come along or no?
Keith Richards?
I don't like country.
No, Tom Cruise. Huh?
Oh, no.
Was it? No.
Oh,
Keith-
that's
Keith
that,
Urban.
that's
That-
a while ago.
Say that.
But
Woo!
when she did that, they were married.
No,
Yes,
no,
they,
they
yeah,
divorced.
yeah,
They
no,
were
no, they
divorced.
divorced after that.
They divorced after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she was
Yeah.
filming that, they were married.
Okay, so
Well-
it was around that time that they split.
Around the time, yeah, around
But-
the, I think
Well, we
right,
can
right on the
entertain
release.
Keith Richards.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, though, if she had to bring a +1 and it was Tom Cruise, then yeah, sure.
You're good with that?
Keith Urban, Keith
Well,
Richards.
He's
Rock
like
of
he's like
Ages,
the
he
background
was-
guy,
oh my
who's
God.
like doing this in the back.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah.
Actually,
probably
and
jumping on the
that's the
couch,
good
right?
singer,
Yeah.
Julianne Hugh. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's really good.
yeah.
What a voice. What a pitch. Rock of Ages. The blonde.
I don't think
Very good
That's,
What
voice.
about School of Rock? Jack
Black.
maybe.
Yeah, he could sing.
Yeah, he could
He
sing.
can sing.
He can
Oh
sing.
yeah, it's good, but actually he has
He's
his
a
own
musician.
band.
He has a very good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So before we continue on this amazing topic, we have a game.
game.
Now I came up with these really weird
Don't be
questions.
scared. It's
Yes.
terrible. No, I'm joking.
No. Whatever. Shout out whatever you want. Sky's the limit here. Don't be shy.
Okay, so we are, of course, going to preface this by saying the game is called Rapid
Rapid
Response.
response. But nobody ever says it rapidly, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
So theoretically, it's as fast as you can come up with the answers, and I guess we'll start off. I'll ask them the first question, and then we'll ask you, so you get an idea of how they come up with answers. And generally, Lisa writes these, so
She knows all the answers.
she knows all the answers. But,
Not really.
no, but some of them are pretty okay. So, well, Lisa, no, we'll start with Francesca, of course. Name
Lisa, of
3
course.
gross things you've eaten.
3?
Gross,
Gross
things
things.
that you've eaten.
That's
Let's
exactly
keep
the
it-
face we want.
I was gonna say something.
I-
Let's keep
I-
it clean. But
Oh, Maddie.
sorry.
I've eaten
got a dirty mouth.
cat's food. I
Cat food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You eat cat food?
like the biscottini, the
You
dry
tried it?
food, the dry food. Yes, I tried.
You tried it. Okay,
Yeah.
you were drunk.
Well, it was because it was a bath, so I kind of like say, oh, let's see who has the courage. She said, oh, everybody was like, oh, no. I said, oh my god, like, I was like, oh,
Oh my god.
pretty
That
terrible.
was like a whole movie in like 5 minutes. Hey, ooh, oh my god. Okay.
Then I tried, this is a plating room, very la pagliata, which is really, really good. It's
Nice.
the intestine 10, the little,
The spleen.
the which like when the baby cow,
Sounds
calf,
gross already.
yeah.
yeah, just the very first time he or she pop milk, you kill it, and you take the intestine, so the intestine is clean
Okay, now I
and
thought.
full
Okay,
of full of
I
milk.
thought it was a spleen.
So that is very good.
Good stuff. All right.
But I
It's-
think
it's very good. Yeah, it sounds,
it's
Sounds
amazing.
fucking scrumptious. Yeah.
No, it's really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's very hard to find it because you have
Yeah,
to
probably
transfer
'cause
your
it's
butter.
That's probably because it's like ass. But
And the other thing gross that I tried probably, again, this is really common in Rome, the brain.
Brain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit disgusting. I
Yeah.
don't like
A bit,
sound
the
of it is
texture. So-
What's that film? I'll never forget that film.
Hannibal.
no.
Well, no. I'm thinking of the monkey brain.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Jones,
that
yeah.
scene was
Doom.
the best.
Oh, but
Like
Hannibal's,
where
she's like,
Hannibal's the
"Man,
best,
that
where they
she-
cut Ray Liotta's brain and he fries it and feeds it to him.
Fries it and feeds it to him.
yeah.
That was a good scene.
No, that was disgusting.
Lisa, you have 2 minutes, 2 seconds to answer this.
Brussels sprouts, liver, and chicken hearts.
I'm not sure.
Brussels sprouts are good.
Brussels sprouts.
No.
I do it
Okay.
with steam.
Now you're
Yeah.
gonna have to explain this. So this is for Joe and Anita. Name 3 taboo things you would do for money. Now, what does taboo mean? What do you mean by taboo?
Well, the definition of taboo, things that are,
What I do for money?
yeah.
Yeah, taboo though. So,
That's like
For me, it's very simple. It's anything. Anything, but
Oh, anything now.
Musical?
Taboo thing. What's taboo?
See, it's not as easy.
It's not
huh?
easy.
I
Yeah.
see.
What I do for?
also, my wife is watching at home, so
My wife's okay with it.
I'm kidding. I'm
I'll
kidding.
tell her. I'll strip for money.
I love
Yeah, there's
conceptualized
always
face.
an
amount.
Yeah, that's my
She'll,
husband.
yeah, she'll say that.
That she'll say.
I got one. All right.
Anita, does something come to mind?
You know what? I think, yeah, I would strip for money.
Totally. I would do it now. If someone threw $20, I'm ready. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you know, I guess everything has a price, right?
I
But
would
yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
I would. I know Magini ate it.
Yeah.
I would eat a baby seal. He had he had seal.
No.
Yeah.
He had a seal. Yeah, I was there when he ate it. Yeah. He
I
had
would do it in
seal.
a heartbeat. Do it.
A
Yeah.
baby seal?
Yeah, and I had dolphin in the Caribbean.
No.
Oh, that hurts you, Vanny.
Yeah.
But hold on. Just remember, everything has a price.
Farm raised dolphin.
Oh.
It hurts.
Everybody in the brain.
Yeah, no, there's a price.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Anita only had
Anita.
one, though.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
that's not an
all
easy
I
one.
would
It's a 3-step process, right? So the higher the prices, the more will come off.
Exactly.
So-
100%. There you go.
Yeah.
See? There you
Now
go.
we're talking.
Lisa and Francesca, name 3 things you would do if you were invisible for a day. That's a good question.
I know what I would do, but this is a G-rated.
What would you do if you were invisible for a day? I don't think I can't get to every person I'd love to slap. In the
I know, I was gonna
I
say
don't think I could get to
every
all of
person
them.
who deserves a good wallop, that one out of thin air. So that would be one. If I was invisible, now I'm thinking of Now You See Me when they go into the bank. You know, I would go into a bank because my mission and on my bucket list is to go to Bora Bora. So nobody would see me and I just walk out with the bags.
Yeah.
And what else would I do if I was invisible? I don't know what the last thing I would do if I was invisible. I wouldn't exactly go into a. I don't want to say that because that's typical.
What?
Meanwhile, nobody knows. No. Yeah.
Imagination. What I would do. I
I'm
don't
looking
know.
at it.
She's in her own brain there. I don't know.
I think she's saying who she would do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well,
Your
were we
turn, Francesca.
Were we speaking about Hugh Jackman? What?
I was gonna say that name.
Oh, that's a good one. I
That's a
didn't
good
think
one.
about it.
Francesca just came out like 15 different things.
That's
But that's
nice.
easy. If you give
I
me
have
that,
a list.
I have a list.
Yeah, but you have to find him.
Yeah.
A
You
piece
have a
of
date.
cake, you're invisible.
You have a
But
date.
not
Easy.
really. How do you? No, you have to get there.
Just go to.
You can go on a plane for free. You're invisible.
It's true. For how long should I be invisible?
You only got
As-
one day. It's 24 hours.
Yeah,
didn't
so,
say
I mean,
that.
if I have to
Yes, it
arrive in
is.
Australia, it's too far. It's
Yeah, there's a
24
lot of
hours.
guys. There's a lot of people here.
I know. I don't know. For me, probably something similar than the bank, like a nice jewelry.
Yeah.
There was this beautiful jewelry. Well, it was I think it was Van Cleef and Arpels, Place Vendôme in Paris. They're a beautiful collier. Like 300,000 euros, something, and that I
You
I wouldn't
walk
mind,
in
you
and
know,
grab,
walk in
okay.
and take it. I would love to have that. Also, maybe, well, I love Paris, but also LA. So maybe, probably, I would put my sign in like a donation of one of a beautiful apartment or house in West Hollywood under my name for free. So that I'm gonna give it to me. That's great.
It's pretty well thought out. That's long term.
Yes, yeah, because you know you wanna have like, and then I can rent it. You know, you never know. And then probably that's a good thing. I don't know.
See, the third one's the hardest.
The third, yeah. Because I was thinking maybe if there's a lottery, like just to see in advance and just like kind of like
Yeah.
to get 50 million euros or
I would
something.
go see the richest man and scare the shit out of him for him to sign over his
Yeah, probably
assets.
it's easier. It's easier that. Well, that's
Hey, you
kind
don't
of the
see
thing.
me, but I could kill you right now. So sign over your assets and we're
You
good.
have 24 hours to scare him.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Okay, that was good. Okay, Joe and Anita, name 3 things you would do if you were the opposite sex. She wrote the questions.
I would pee standing up wherever.
Yes!
Oh
Great answer.
Like I don't know how many times I've been out or like camping or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's the middle of the night, and you just have to go to the washroom,
you're
and
like,
it's
oh.
like,
Yeah.
you know, poison ivy in the dark, or like raccoons or who knows what, and then there's just, you know, like my husband is there, and he's just standing there, and it's
30
like
seconds later,
everything's amazing,
I'm
you know?
done.
Yeah, I
No,
think
yeah.
I would pee standing up.
That's a good
I
one.
would probably, you know, apply for a job and get paid more.
That's
Yeah, and
In Iceland, they're doing a strike, all the women.
Yeah.
All
oh,
the
I heard
women
about that.
in all the
Yeah.
fields,
Yeah.
they're on strike
Yep.
to get equal pay.
equal
Yeah.
pay.
that's
That's
great.
a-
Fighting
yeah.
power.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if all the women, like in a city, just
Yeah.
quit for
Decided
equal
to
pay?
stop.
Yeah.
Basically, nothing would work.
Exactly.
But I mean, there are like I think 300,000 people in Iceland, so that's
Yeah.
like
Probably.
100.
The economy stops.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like all the employees of one company here.
Yeah.
And the third one?
I think I would just be very nice and try to set the example for other males.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Ah,
Those are good
touche.
answers.
Good
Touche.
to that.
Joe,
But-
that's a hard one to
But the first thing would be
the
peeing.
taking a leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
First thing.
Yeah.
It's not hard. I would flaunt it.
Yeah.
I'd shave my legs
Yeah.
and grow my hair.
There you go.
Because I miss having hair.
Work on my hair. Good one.
Oh wait, I would add a fourth, and that would be to stop shaving my legs.
That's another
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're at Francesca and Lisa. Name 3 subjects you took in high school or that you hated in high school.
That's easy.
First of all, they're getting the easy shit.
I know. You can tell. You can tell that she wrote them.
Who starts?
Okay, I'll start. Math, history, and science.
Okay, that was easy. Anything important? What?
For me, math, for
Yeah.
sure. Then I kind of love maybe chemistry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I did love biology, so but chemistry was boring.
biology too.
And physics.
Physics, yeah.
Yeah. So math, chemistry, and physics.
Okay.
So that says a lot of the subject I love.
And the final question for Joe and Anita. This is good. Name 3 movies that you found were a complete waste of time.
I knew he was gonna like that question. I knew it.
Complete waste of time.
This is a debate you used to have with David.
I will have. Oh, wait. You know what? The ones I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna try to see if he pisses him off.
And you should have it at the beginning. David, watch till the end.
Yeah.
At this point, at this minute, go first because I'm thinking.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I think it was the Mothman Prophecies
Yeah.
that came out like
I didn't see it.
I don't know.
I saw it.
Ashton
It's
Kutcher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was terrible. Yeah.
It was pretty terrible, and you know, being like a film enthusiast, I will sit through anything.
Yeah.
I got up.
Really?
I got up. I like went into the lobby. I bought the grossest, saltiest pretzel in the world, and I ate the whole thing to not go back in there.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
funny.
The second one was what was that movie with Nicolas Cage where he kicks a lady? Is that the
That's every movie in this.
Yeah.
the
Snakes
Wicker
on a
Man?
plane.
The Wicker Man.
The
The
Wicker
Wicker
Man.
Man? And then this one, I think you're gonna get some comments,
Oh,
maybe.
love it.
Yeah, Scarface.
Oh.
I think Scarface is overrated, and David Magini will agree with me.
Oh my
I
god.
can. You know what?
I love Scarface.
I like.
I liked it.
Yeah. I won't say loved, but I liked it. Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Love it.
waste of time.
Yeah.
You know what? There's, very thrown together like slapstick comedies that are like just dumb, and
Yeah.
those are an actual like waste of time, right?
Yeah.
There's no actual value that is brought. But then you go there not expecting anything other than that, right?
Yeah.
And then you laugh at stupid jokes.
Yeah, and so you kind of like, your expectations of not having any expectations are met. And then you get a movie like Scarface where, it's this like all-star cast, Michelle Pfeiffer, Al Pacino. It's so hyped up, overquoted, say hello to my little friend, whatever. But then you watch the movie and it's like, I don't know. It doesn't.
Kind of like Heat. That was Heat for me.
Doesn't like tip the scales for me.
No, not because it was bad. No.
All
I'm
right.
not saying. I'm saying because I went in with this humongous expectation.
Yeah, okay.
That was it was a good movie.
That's why you shouldn't walk into a movie with high expectations, because
Yeah,
then
exactly.
you're always
It's like The
disappointed.
Godfather 3.
Actually,
Yeah.
they re-released The Godfather 3 with a alternate ending and a different
And a
cut.
real
It's called
actors?
Godfather.
Really?
It's called Coda, the death of Michael Corleone.
Yes.
You
Nice.
can actually buy it on Amazon. It's actually a disc that Francis Ford Coppola released. It's excellent.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
See? There you go.
He
Yeah.
made up for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Light the fire, Joe.
Yeah.
Number one, the movie I hated the most of I think last year was the Tom Hanks version of Pinocchio. I thought that was one of the worst things I've ever seen,
Wow.
and that's by Robert Zemeckis.
Oh
Absolutely.
my
It's a
God.
horrid film. Absolutely appalling film. How that was made, I don't get it.
Wow.
Robert Zemeckis, too.
yeah.
He's stirring
I'm
the pot, man. He's
surprised.
stirring the pot. I love
Yeah.
it. You guys are the best.
If I have to go, and now I'll go further back. Best Picture winner from 1985, Out of Africa. It's like watching paint dry. Complete. Ugh. Don't know how that won.
With Meryl Streep,
With Meryl
yeah.
Streep.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was a long, boring film.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
And let's go further back. Let's go to. I'm trying to think of something.
The Mission with...
No, I like that.
Yeah,
movie.
you like The Mission?
Yeah, I like The Mission a lot.
Medicine Man?
Well, that's bad. That's just a bad movie.
No, with Ron
And
Connery.
I'll say a Martin Scorsese film. My least favorite Martin Scorsese film, New York, New York, with Robert De Niro and Liza Minnelli.
Really?
I don't understand. That's one that when I start getting into film, Martin Scorsese can do no wrong. Yeah, he did wrong on that
did
one.
wrong.
Really?
That I
eh?
walked in with expectations because we had a course at Concordia where we had a director's style course. So we watched a bunch of films that it wasn't part of that lineup. So I'm like, oh, I gotta see all his films. He's a genius. I put it on. Within 10 minutes, I'm like, this is a colossal waste of my time.
Wow.
Really?
So-
Yeah.
So fun because we are all Concordia film studies student. Me too. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow,
so
that's
very
So-
fun.
From
I have-
from Mel Hoppenheim or from
Hoppenheim.
Yeah.
okay, very cool.
I have a quick question. Okay, this is the ignorant guy that has no idea about movies and films and all of that. So the hype of Quentin Tarantino, right? I know, in terms of art, he's probably amazing. I fucking hate I can't get through his films. Pulp
has a-
Fiction did nothing for me. Now I know it's
Ah.
maybe because
David
no,
Magini's
I
gonna
know.
start sweating. Listen, Magini's gonna start sweat. He's gonna sweat.
No,
tonight.
I'm coming from the musician side. It's like there's some people that say, well, I hate classical music kind of thing. It does nothing for me. I know the genius that goes behind it, so I get it. I'm trying to see the genius that goes behind these films because they're renowned.
Film is subjective. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can admire it, but you don't have to like
I
it.
just don't see where the admiration because okay, maybe
He breaks conventions. It's not conventionalist style.
Okay.
Listen, there are certain films of his that I think he's a bit self-indulgent. Like his last film he made, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I had massive problems with that.
I really
movie.
don't like it. I didn't
Yeah.
like
I
it.
liked it to a certain point until
didn't.
when he rewrites history, and I'm like, I'm not crazy about that you rewrite history, especially that story
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the entire film. I'm not gonna give nothing away, but the entire film I was waiting for a specific event
Yeah.
to happen, and then at the end I'm like, no, what happened?
what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I actually liked the movie more than probably you guys did, or I don't think it's his best film like everyone said it was. I don't think,
Do you think it's because they just break the rules and
But yeah,
And it
yeah,
ends
yeah.
up being
he
a
has a
film?
distinct. He has a distinct style.
well, who doesn't, right?
Well, yeah, but he is. It's an obvious style.
Okay.
He doesn't explaining. Let's say Steven Spielberg is one of my favorite visual storytellers, but he can jump between, let's say, a musical, science fiction, a drama like Munich, or like
That
you
was
know,
fantastic. That was
like a movie like The Terminal. He can jump between genres, and his style will change within that genre.
Yeah.
But Tarantino, his style is his style. You're going for that style.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I
It's like you're going on McDonald's, and that's what you're getting.
yeah.
You know, you're
It's
not.
like you're
You're not getting.
Like I
It's
watched the
typecast,
Elvis
but
movie.
it's a good typecast because
Okay.
he's only made a
And I
certain
like
amount
the
of
style.
films.
It's
Yeah.
different for like the Elvis movie. I like Layla Baz there.
Baz Luhrmann?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like his style. I mean, it's a bit
His,
He
kilter
did Moulin
for-
Rouge.
yes, but his
Yes.
style is kind of hit you over the head, kind of.
Yeah.
I'll pummel you into liking the film style. I really like Elvis.
Yeah.
I love Moulin Rouge, and I like The Great Gatsby, but that's his style.
I find it like I find that he'll spend half an hour on 15 minutes of a guy's life and then do 10 years of his life in 38
Yeah.
seconds. And I found it pretty cool. Like it's okay, important spots here there, just a different style. But I recently watched, and I don't know if you watched it. Did you watch Oppenheimer?
Yes.
And
I want to watch it.
I don't listen. Everyone hails it a masterpiece. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think it went on about 20 minutes too long, and there's a little. It was shot in IMAX. There's a lot of close-ups, and I didn't like the jumping of timelines. If it was streamlined, I think I would liked it more. But that's my problem with the film. A lot of people love the film. I don't take it from them, but my problem is that it wasn't as linear as I thought it should have been.
Okay.
It goes back and forth quite a bit, and I'm like, about 20 minutes too long.
so the black and white is when they were back and like right because they changed color.
Yeah, they changed color.
So
yeah.
every time they were back.
Flashback.
But it's
Yeah.
hard to.
Don't get me wrong, very well made film. The sound design, the cinematography, it's
Yeah,
absolutely
that was-
mesmerizing to watch. But for me, it was a bit dry. The topic is dry. But again, $1 billion at the box office, that speaks volumes. So,
Yeah, exactly,
you know,
exactly.
or then you compare it to something like Killers of the Flower Moon that came out this weekend or last weekend. And that was a 3 hour and 25-minute movie that's just depresses you and just pummels you into, oh my God. Excellent movie, by the way, but I'm like, you're not going for fun.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, it's like Schindler's List. It was a
Yeah.
3-hour movie. It's like, which is the other one that was a 3-hour? The Irishman.
The Irishman.
I still haven't watched it because it's 3 hours. I'm dying to watch it.
It's
just-
good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it because it's 3 hours. Like
But
every time.
It tests you. You should watch it, but it's not. You're not going for, a fun night at the movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Went
Yeah,
for a
that's
long
it.
night at the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long night at the movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
But-
guys,
That was amazing.
was
Actually, it was
amazing.
super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Where do we
Thank
find you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where social media? Where can?
Well, we have a Facebook page, Little Brown Dog.
Uh-huh.
You can find us there in our Instagram page, and you can access Bitter Sun through our Facebook and Instagram page.
Ah, that's
Oh, okay.
fantastic.
And what about all
that's
the
great.
other films? Like, is there a?
For Little Brown Dog,
Yeah.
this Bitter Sun was our first film, and our next film will come out next year.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's called Epilogue.
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 Wow.
Oh, very much.
Who's acting in that one?
Bianca De Luca,
Yes.
Okay.
Michaela De Cesare, and Teresa Picciano.
Oh, Teresa.
Ah,
Nice.
Teresa, she's supposed to come on too.
There you go.
Everybody.
It's like, we're gonna be like, I know you're doing a movie. I know you did one. That's
Yeah.
it.
But that's fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
I
you
think
very much.
we can keep talking about
Oh, we
movies
can go.
and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah. Go
for
on.
hours, and
on a
I
close
really
up.
would love that too. So, but we have time, so we have unfortunately to say goodbye. But we really want to thank you for taking the time actually to be with us and to share with us your story, your visions, your future, and your projects. So thank you very much.
Thanks
very
so
much.
much, guys.
And
Thanks
the
a
things
lot.
you would do as the opposite sex.
Yeah, that was really
Perfect.
fun.
Well, that's fine.
And also, I hope you guys can come next time and your bigger crew, like
Oh, yeah, that
the
would be
bigger
nice.
David can come on, like, and have you guys come back
Trust
on.
me, if David comes on, we're not gonna leave.
I know.
Fight.
I got a couple
No.
bottles here.
We're all gonna be good.
Yeah.
No, but it would be nice to have you guys to see exactly, how you're
Well,
proceeding. with
hopefully
your
for Epilogue, maybe we'll come back for Epilogue.
Yes,
Great.
absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Let us know if you want it before or after. If you want to like promote, I don't know how.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, how would you
Promote it.
Oh, we'll work
Sure.
it out. That's fine. Maybe
Amazing.
the cast can come too, and we can all.
Yeah,
do the
absolutely. Well, we know half
We
of the
can
cast
show a
anyway.
nice-
There you go.
We
Yeah.
can show a nice trailer and stuff. So if
Or
Yeah.
let us
Great.
know also when it's like I don't do a screening. Is that how it works?
Well, let's finish the film first.
Okay.
When the film is
Fair.
done, we'll get in touch.
Okay,
That's
let us know.
perfect.
Yeah, awesome.
But guys, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
so much, guys, for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And thank you guys
Thanks
for
for tuning
being
in.
us.
Exactly.
Being with us.
Being with
not
us.
with us, be us.
Thanks for
And
having us in your living room, on your computer,
Always.
on your phone, wherever. As long as you have us with you. That's what we like. Thanks to our sponsor.
Thanks to M.
And thanks to M for this beautiful establishment, this beautiful studio, and this
Emil
artwork.
Vidmar, thank you.
And check out our brother podcast, Sessions with Steph. That's a musical podcast. So tune.
musical?
Yes, that is a musical podcast. That is live music. Yes. So
Yes.
guys, stay tuned for that. But watch us first because Let's Talk It Out. So guys, without further ado, have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.